Well, this is fucking weird. Hey everyone, my name's Jacob Palacio. I am a guy. A lot of you probably either know me personally through school, through work, or maybe you know me through my YouTube channel and you haven't seen me in years and you're probably really confused as to why you're watching this video right now, in which case I hope that this video that you are watching right now will answer all of your questions. But yeah, I'm back, so you don't have to worry about me taking any more long breaks or, you know, being gone for a long period of time. I'm staying back, you know, I'm staying, I'm not going fucking anywhere. Yeah, I'm back. Let's see, what do I talk about? So I know what you're probably thinking. Well, now what? You know, what's your plan? What do you have up your sleeve? What the fuck are you doing? What are you planning on doing here, man? Like, why are you, The whole purpose of this video is basically, for me to give you guys, like, a backstory of my channel, maybe, you know, maybe talk a little bit about what I used to do on this channel, and then talk about what I've been doing, you know, the past couple years since I've been gone, and what I plan on doing in the future in regards to this channel. Before I bring up anything else in this video, I just want to point out, so as a lot of you know, I made a film called A Speck of Dust. I released it on YouTube a couple days ago on this channel. It was basically a comeback video, or like a fictional telling of, like, you know, what I've been doing the past couple years since I have stopped making YouTube videos. But yeah, the reception for that video has just been overwhelmingly positive, and I just want to take some time to thank you guys, honestly, for all the kind words that you've said. I really do appreciate it a lot. But there is something that I want to point out. I'm going to address the elephant in the room and go ahead and say I fucked up. I fucked up big time. What did you fuck up on, Jacob, is what you're probably asking me right now. Well, viewer, this is what happened. So I uploaded the film to YouTube, right? And, you know, like I said, people, you know, were saying good things about it. But little did I know, I did fuck up one little thing. Around the 12:52 mark, there is a, supposed to be an insert shot of a clock. And it's not there. Instead, you are greeted by a big fucking red screen that says media offline in every language fucking possible, and it lasts like 2 seconds and it just shows up, and that's not supposed to be there. Obviously, that's supposed to be a shot of a clock. I don't know why, like, the shot didn't show up in the final product. I don't know why I was having that problem. Like, it's literally, it's this shot right here. I have the fucking shot. It's in my computer. Like, it's here. I have it. I don't know why it didn't fucking upload or convert with the rest of the footage. So that was my bad. You know, cut me some slack. This is the first time I've done anything creative in years, and, you know, I fucked up. I don't know what you want me to say. I fucked up. I should know better. I really should know better. I don't know how I didn't catch that before I uploaded it. I just got a couple messages of people saying, like, hey man, great stuff, but, you know, there's around this mark, there's a red screen that's popping up saying that the media is offline, and I don't know what's going on. And yeah, it's, oh man, that was embarrassing. I was having a fucking emotional breakdown for a good 50 minutes when I first found out that I uploaded that shit. So, point being, I am going to upload the full version with the insert shot of the fucking clock. This time, the clock is gonna be in there, so I'm gonna be uploading that to this channel. I know I already uploaded the film, but you know, I want it to be, I want the complete cut to be uploaded, so that's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna be uploading that in a couple days, so just, you know, if you see that pop up in your subscription feed, just know that it's because I fucked up and I forgot to put in a shot of a clock, or just the shot of the clock that was in there didn't convert correctly. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, by the way. Like, I don't know if it's just gonna be like, you know, it's just prepare to see a video in your subscription feed that's literally the same thing that I uploaded a couple days ago, just this time it's with a fucking clock. Also, let me know what you think I should do in regards to that. Like, should I delete the old video? Like, there's a lot of really nice, genuine comments in that video, and I don't want to, delete it off of YouTube. But then again, it would be really weird to have two of the same videos up on my channel, and I know that this is going to cause a lot of confusion in the future when people are looking back and are like, oh, I want to see this video, and then they see that there's two different versions of the video, and that one of them is there's like an emphasis on a clock, and then they're probably going to think that this clock is like a really pivotal thing in this film that, I don't know. Let me know what you think I should do, because I'm fucking stumped here, dude. I fucked up big time. I don't know. I need help. I need guidance. I'm a child. So, hi, I'm back. This is so weird, guys. I'm so not used to this. I'm talking to a fucking camera in my room with a new microphone, and okay, cool, it's still recording. So I guess I'm going to first start off the video by talking about who I am exactly and what this channel used to be. I started this channel back in 2012. That's when I started this channel. I uploaded my very first video on November 25th, 2012. That was that was almost 9 years ago. God damn. So my channel went through a lot of weird phases, to say the least. I would like to think of the channel as being split up into 3 different seasons, if you will, if that makes any sense. And the reason why I say that, I feel like this channel split up into 3 seasons is because this channel's been around for a long time, and I've obviously changed dramatically since I first started the YouTube channel, so a lot has changed, and I've gone through a lot of phases, and, life has changed. I'm a completely different person from the person that I was, 9 years ago, so it's, a lot has changed. It's gone through a lot of phases, so that's why I like to say that I like to think of this channel as being split up into 3 different seasons. So I guess we'll go ahead and start talking about Season 1, Jacob. Season 1, Jacob, as I mentioned, started doing YouTube on November 25th, 2012. That's when I uploaded my first video, basically welcoming you guys to my channel, and I called myself... Did I call myself the horror reviewer? I think I did. I did start off calling... I think what happened was my channel name was my full name, so it was Jacob Raymond Palacio. Hang on, is my battery low? I think what happened was my channel name was my full name, so it said Jacob Raymond Palacio, all one word, and I called myself the horror reviewer. I was 15 years old, by the way, when I started this, so... Yeah, basically the whole gist of this channel, this whole plan I had going on was I'm just going to make a bunch of YouTube videos talking about horror movies, and I'm going to upload as many as I can. And that's exactly what I fucking did. I'm not even exaggerating. There is a period in my time, like late 2012, early 2013, where I was shitting out 5 videos a fucking day.
How are you doing, guys, and welcome to the Top 10 Best Horror Movies of 2012. Hey there guys, Jacob Palacio here to review another horror movie. The 2007 remake of The Hitcher. It was very boring. I had to skip through it. It was horrible. Well, it's very disturbing apparently. One of the most disturbing movies of all time. It's banned in a lot of freaking countries. Should I see this movie? Not only that I should see it, but I should buy it. So I did. It's a really weird condition. It's a piece of freaking cardboard. Sucked. One of the worst movies ever. The Human Centipede. Okay, let me just get this straight. Hey guys, this is Jacob. I couldn't play the audio on the video because the radio was playing, and that is considered copyright, so yeah, I just arrived to Best Buy.
Basically, how I went about this was I went through a really weird phase when I was younger where I was just obsessed with horror movies. Like, it was literally my life. I woke up, went to school, whatever. I, watched basically any horror movie that I could get my hands on. I've seen so many, it's ridiculous. So that's basically what I was doing with this channel, was I was uploading literally 5 videos a day, just talking about whatever movies that I was watching at the time, or just making a video on whatever movie I felt like talking about. And yeah, the videos, to say the least, were not They were not very good. They were not good at all. Basically, the videos usually were about 3 to 5 minutes and consisted of 15-year-old little me sitting in my chair talking to the camera about this new horror movie I found. I would try to insert clips of the movie and then get copyrighted for it. I used a software called Fraps to screen record the movies that I was talking about because I wanted to show clips of the movie in my videos. I did not have the full Fraps subscription or whatever it's called. I didn't pay for it. I had the free like demo version. So every time I would screen record a movie on my computer, I would get a little watermark on the top of the movie, and it would just say, I think it said like Fraps, and then like it showed on the top right like the frames per second that was going on or something. It was a mess. It was a mess. So what I did was I took annotations. I made annotations on YouTube. I made them completely pitch black, and I put them over the watermarks and like the frames per second and all that shit until you couldn't see it anymore. Long story short, I did not know what the fuck I was doing. None of my videos are like informative whatsoever. Like most of the time I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Not very informative at all. It was just me talking about horror movies. The whole purpose of me uploading these videos to YouTube was to make as many videos as I humanly can, and basically my goal at the time was to talk about and review every horror movie in the world. I think was the goal that I had in my head. So clearly that didn't really work out, although I talked about a lot of movies and I made a lot of videos, and I did this up until 2014. So yeah, that's basically season 1, Jacob. The only reason to look back at these videos is to just kind of go like, oh, it's look how young and cute he is, look at this little fucker, and then you just kind of sit there and laugh at me like, what the fuck is this kid doing, what's he even talking about? But yeah, as far as like quality goes, there's none. It's non-existent. I put no effort into these videos whatsoever. The editing is horrible. This is right when I just started learning how to edit. And yeah, it was a shit show. It was a fucking shit show. Let's fast forward to March 2014, okay? One of my most anticipated movies of that year, if not my most anticipated, was the 2014 Godzilla movie. I am a huge Godzilla fan. I love kaiju films in general. It's just something that I grew up loving, and I love seeing, people in fucking rubber suits wrestle each other. I just think it's the coolest shit. And when I saw that Universal Legendary Pictures was releasing a Godzilla film, an American one, and that this was going to be the first American Godzilla film to be released since Matthew Broderick's 1998 Godzilla film, I just about shit my fucking pants when I heard this news. So I was hyped. So I made this whole ordeal that I was going to review every Godzilla movie up to the release date of the new film. This did not work out at all. I think I went up to the third Godzilla film, which is Godzilla vs. King Kong. And that was that was the last video I did of this series. I made this whole big thing of me making this Godzilla review, and it just never ended up happening. I don't know why I stopped. I think I just got discouraged by how many Godzilla films there were. By the way, at this point in time, there was, I want to say, around 35 Godzilla films or something like that. There were a lot. So I was planning on reviewing 35 fucking Godzilla movies up into this new movie. It was definitely a very ambitious idea, and obviously it did not work because I stopped after the third film. After being discouraged and a little intimidated by this idea that I had, I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to take a little break, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stop doing YouTube for a little bit until I get my shit back together, and then I'm going to start making content again. Little did I know this little break that I was taking took over a year. And why it took over a year, I'm not going to lie, I do not remember. I don't know why I took such a long break from YouTube at this time. I wasn't really busy. All I had going on was school, and YouTube was just like a thing that I was doing every day as a hobby. My dogs are fucking barking, dude. I was gone from YouTube for over a year. I took a year-long break at this time. Again, don't remember why, don't remember what I was doing during this break, but all I remember was at one point during this break, I thought to myself, I've been gone for a little too long. Maybe I should make a video about why I've been gone away for so long. And that is when the Return of Jacob happened. So the Return of Jacob, and this is going to lead us into season 2 Jacob, by the way. We'll get into him in a little bit. So the Return of Jacob was a video idea that I had back in 2015, I want to say. I went up to my buddies Kevin and Ricky, and I basically told them, like, hey, look, you know, I want to make this YouTube video where I come back to YouTube. I've been gone away for a very long time. I don't want to just come back and start making stuff again. I feel like I just want to come back with a bang, you know? So I had this crazy idea of, like, what if we made a video where you guys kidnap me because you're jealous of my YouTube videos, you tie me up on a roof and you leave me there for a year. And that's the reason why I've been gone away for so long. And then the video ends with, you know, me killing you guys with a comb that I have in my pocket. You know, I stab you guys with the comb. And they were like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So we made this video. We illegally went into this local elementary school. We hopped on top of one of the school buildings and we filmed this whole video. It was nuts. Like, I still cannot believe to this day that that is something that we genuinely did and we genuinely got away with. Like, it baffles me. So yeah, the Return of Jacob happened. I got a lot of comments from you guys, like, saying, oh my god, that was the best video I've ever seen. I can't believe you're back. I can't wait to see more content. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm pretty sure in that video I even said, you know, I'm here to stay, you know, like, yeah. And after the Return of Jacob video, season 2 began, and season 2 of this channel, and season 2 of myself, because I have changed a lot since this year gap of me being off of YouTube, and I've become a very different person. And I meant to upload a review of that film, and I never ended up doing it, so I'm doing it now for you guys, because I love you.
Hey, what's up? I'm gonna be in a new movie. Yeah, you heard that right. I'm gonna be in a new movie. I'm gonna be in a new movie.
This is a weird movie. This is a comedy horror. You heard that right. It's a horror I need to sneeze. It's about a group of stupid teenagers who decide to contact one of their friends from the dead by using a Ouija board.
Keep telling yourself it's just a game.
And all this character does throughout pretty much the entire movie is just kind of lays on the ground and quivers a little bit. You know, he just kind of sits there like an asshole. Two of her sons, there's Bones, who's her teenage son, and then there's Francis. Francis, what the fuck? I forgot. I forgot his name for a minute there. His name's Frankie. But I did hear some great things about it, so I just went ahead and checked. I have a sneeze coming. Oh, never mind, I lost it.
Season 2 Jacob is a little bit better than Season 1 Jacob. In fact, I would argue that Season 2 Jacob improved a lot over Season 1 Jacob. Mostly because this is really where I really started experimenting with my editing skills, and also just, you know, I kind of learned, you know, if I want to be, you know, on YouTube and making YouTube videos, I got to have some sort of shtick. I got to have a personality. I got to be funny. So that's kind of what I was trying to do, was I was trying to make entertaining videos that were not only informative, but were funny. And that's kind of what I did. And it kind of worked. You know, I look back to a lot of those videos, even to this day, and I'm just kind of like, that was cute. That was cute. Yeah, so Season 2 Jacob was a pretty big improvement, although it's still not quite there. Like, Season 2 Jacob was a little, I still had a lot of problems of not knowing how to make a YouTube video, if that makes any sense. The subject was there, the film was there, I talked about the film, a little bit informative, but for the most part, I still feel like there's just something missing. Like, it's a little off. It's a little awkward. I feel like I could have done a lot of things a lot better. Season 2 Jacob was also particularly interesting because this was a point in time where I started getting thousands and thousands of subscribers and thousands of views in some of my videos, and my channel started to pick up a good amount. You know, I was getting a decent amount of feedback from all my videos, and, you know, there were actually people who were watching them, and that was really cool. Yeah, I just kind of, you know, made videos. You know, I was just you know, I was just doing my thing. I was just going to school, making videos. That was it. That was all I was doing. You know, just a little bit more mature this time around, and a little bit more with personality, and, you know, just Everything else that season 1 Jacob was lacking. You know, that guy is fucking gone. He's out of here. Get him out of here. Fuck that guy. And yeah, so Return of Jacob video, forgot to mention this, came out, I want to say, in April of 2015. Okay, so season 2 started around 2015. My last video that I uploaded, as a lot of you probably know, was the Krampus 2 video. I forget the name of the fucking movie. Was it Krampus The Devil Returns? Or I reviewed so many Krampus movies, I have no idea. Anyways, that was the last video I uploaded to YouTube. I want to say that was in December of 2017. So season 2 went on from April 2015 to December 2017. But yeah, so season 2 happened, you know, a very, very good time in my life, I would say. I was pretty happy around this time, and there was a lot going on in my life, and I was just, you know, I was vibing. I was doing my thing. And then one fateful day, after I released my Krampus 2 review, my camera stopped working. My old camera, the one that I used to film with. The one that I kept bringing up over and over again in my fucking movie that I just uploaded. I literally bring up like 500 times like that my camera stopped working, and yeah, anyways, so yes, there is a little bit of truth to the film that I just released. Yes, I did stop YouTube because my camera stopped working, and I was definitely in a state of mind where, you know, I wanted my videos to be as good as humanly possible, so I refused to make videos without a good quality camera. And this is kind of what prolonged such a long break from YouTube, was just this idea that I had in my head was like, well, I have no camera to film with, so, you know, I'm just gonna save up until I can afford a new, better camera, and then I'm gonna start making YouTube videos again, and then I'm gonna do another comeback video. And of course, as all of you know, that took years. It took years to do that. Yeah, a lot happened during the 4-year gap between now and the last time I uploaded a video to YouTube. A lot happened. Needless to say, again, very different persons from season 2 Jacob. Very different. So with this idea that I had in my head of me needing to make enough money to get a new, better camera was just, you know, all I was thinking about. Life just kind of happened, and I got really busy with a bunch of other things. You know, I moved to a new school at a university, and I got a new job. It just, you know, a whole bunch of different stuff happened. However, I will say there was not a single day where I was not thinking about YouTube. Not a single day passed where I was just not thinking about making videos for you guys and just, you know, making content in general. Like, I was just constantly thinking about it. I just was in this really strange rut that I put myself in, of me like stopping from creating stuff because I was too worried about wanting to get better, you know, and wanting to be as good as possible and just get a good solid camera. I was thinking about it a lot, even though I wasn't making videos. You know, I literally thought about this day every single day, every single day. So yeah, that was the end of season 2, basically. Fast forward to 2020. 2020 fucking sucked. I know that's not news or anything. Like, everybody already knows how shitty of a year 2020 is. So the pandemic happens, right? It's March, and I'm just in my room, and I was literally not doing a single thing for like a good couple weeks at the beginning of this pandemic. Like, I was doing nothing productive with my life. I was actually in a really bad headspace at this time because I was just, you know, I wasn't doing anything. I was just laying in bed and sitting in my room. I watched probably 5 movies a day, and I would only ever go downstairs to like eat and take a shit, and that's it. Like, I barely left my room. I was literally doing nothing but watching movies all day during this time. Before the pandemic happened, I was really, really busy. Really busy. I was always out. I was always doing something, whether it was going to work, or going to classes for school. I'm a full-time student, so I was, you know, a lot of my time consisted of doing that. Or if I was just, you know, hanging out with friends, going out, doing whatever, I was just really busy. And then one fateful day happened where I learned about unemployment. And I started making more than I've ever made in my entire life over taking money from the fucking government. It was awesome. I've made a lot of money just from sitting in my house and playing fucking Animal Crossing. It was crazy. So I had a lot of money saved up. And I kind of thought to myself, I was like, you know, this is kind of a calling. This is kind of a calling. This is a blessing in disguise, if you will. You know, as much shitty things are going on in the world right now, like, this is also an opportunity for me to do something that I've been trying to do for, you know, so many years. And that it was just making stuff, you know, creating stuff. And that's kind of essentially what I decided to do. I used the money that I saved up from unemployment, you know, and I put all that money towards the budget for the film that would eventually be Speck of Dust, and that's how that happened. By the way, this Speck of Dust video that I released is something that I've been trying to make for years. Basically, ever since I stopped making videos altogether, you know, the second I thought to myself, well, I need to buy a better camera, I was always, you know, this video idea was always in the back of my head of making a comeback video similar to The Return of Jacob, you know, improved... excuse me, holy shit, what the fuck was that? So that was the idea. You know, I even met with my buddies, Jordan and Kevin, and I was, you know, giving them all these ideas of like how this video should come about, you know, and we met up a lot and talked about that, and there was a lot of different ideas that this video went through before it eventually became the film that it is today. You know, it went through a lot of different scripts and ideas, and it was all over the place. And I finally thought to myself, you know, I have all this free time, I have all this time in the world, I have a shit ton of money, I should really take advantage of the situation. And so I just sat down one day and I wrote the entire script for Speck of Dust, and we basically made it. We made it all throughout 2020, you know, planning, shooting, editing took me a long fucking time, holy shit, but it's finally released, it's out. And so now we're here. And I finally, you know, one day just met up with Kevin and Jordan in 2020. I was like, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put this money that I was making from unemployment towards this short that I've been trying to do, and I'm gonna, you know, get a new camera, and I'm going to do all this stuff, and, you know, just pay for whatever I need to pay for to get this thing done. And that's what I did. And then A Speck of Dust happened, and it's up and it's available. A Speck of Dust was definitely just a really good practice and exercise that I very much needed. You know, seeing that this is, you know, the thing that I want to do. You know, I want to make stuff. I want to make movies. So, you know, having done that video was really, really beneficial in a lot of ways. And I'm happy that it turned out the way it did. And, you know, like I said, the responses to that video have been overwhelmingly positive, and I just cannot thank you guys enough for like watching it and just sending me all this support. It's just been a crazy past couple days, let me tell you. So yeah, Speck of Dust happened. Basically just came up with this video where kind of wanted to do like a little coming of age thing. Is that a fucking airplane? I wanted to do this coming of age video where, you know, it kind of showcased my life and what I've been doing the past couple years and why I've quit YouTube. And I kind of, you know, my character just completely does not like the idea of coming back to YouTube, although that's not the case. You know, like I said, every single day have always thought about coming back to YouTube. I just never ended up doing it. And then it finally happened, and we finally did it. And I cannot be more proud of myself and everyone else who helped me with it. It amazes me that it's even done. Like, it's crazy. And yeah, that took a lot longer than I anticipated. Holy shit, that took a long time. Anyways, we need to wrap this shit up. So, what can you guys expect from this YouTube channel going forward? What kind of content am I going to be releasing for you guys? Is it going to be the same content? Am I going to change it up a little bit? As you can see, the channel name has been changed again to Odd Times with Jacob. At first it was Jacob Raymond Palacio, just my full name, and then I eventually changed it to The Horror Reviewer. Season 2, Jacob came along, and then he decided to name his channel Jacob Reviews Movies, and, you know, a little bit better, little step up from The Horror Reviewer. Like, I cannot believe that there was a time in my life where I just thought that was the name I was just gonna stick with for the rest of my life, but, you know, here we are. And now, Season 3, it's Odd Times with Jacob. Why Odd Times with Jacob? Well, the content that I'm going to be covering on this channel, to say the least, is going to be things that are maybe a little bit weird, a little bit odd, a little bit off, a little bit obscure. A lot of you guys probably have questions of, Jacob, are you going to keep reviewing horror movies, since that was, your whole thing? With the horror reviewer, your whole thing was reviewing horror movies. With Jacob Reviews Movies, I still reviewed horror movies for the most part, but I also was reviewing movies of just, movies that I wanted to talk about, movies that I was watching at the time. I just basically was broadening my horizons in season 2. So now, I'm going to be doing the same thing, except more emphasis on the experimentation and more emphasis on the broadening my horizons. And what I mean by that is, yes, I am still going to review movies on this channel. And yes, I am still most definitely going to be reviewing horror movies and talking about horror-related subjects, I mean, that's my whole spiel. That's always been my whole spiel with this channel, is just talking about horror and scary things. And that still is going to be very much prevalent in these future videos. But I also want to kind of dive into other things and talk about other things outside of movies and horror, and just talk about basically whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Maybe I want to review an album. Maybe I want to talk about music. Maybe I want to talk about this really weird story that, I was reading up on the other day. Or talk about this really weird thing that happened in the world that, would somehow relate to whatever content I'm covering on this channel. Basically, to sum it up, I'm going to be talking about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. There's not really going to be a set, this is my thing, this is my gist, this is what I do. I mean, I am going to kind of have that a little bit to an extent, but for the most part, this channel is just going to be a place where I can talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about, and talk about things that interest me and hopefully interest you. And this is another thing I want to bring up as well, is, as I mentioned before, I was talking about how I was reviewing and releasing 5 videos a day on my YouTube channel. Obviously, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm a big boy now. Okay, I have a lot of shit going on. I'm still in school. I still have a job, I'm still super busy with all that stuff. I am definitely going to take a lot more time when it comes to making videos. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm not going to be uploading frequently. I am. It's just, I just need more time, especially if I want these videos to be bigger and better than I've ever done before. I just need more time to work on them. It's definitely more of a quality over quantity situation now than before, when it was a quantity over quality situation, where I came out with a lot of stuff, but the stuff itself was just bullshit and I was just talking out of my ass. Now I really want to focus on that aspect that I've been lacking all these years, is talking about movies and music and stories and books and just other things that are interesting to me, and being as informative and entertaining as I possibly can. Man, that's kind of my goal as of right now. So yes, I am going to be making more content. I already have a whole list of just video ideas and topics that I plan on releasing for you guys in the near future, so all of that will be coming, yes. I just ask you guys, to be mindful of the fact that I do also have other things going on in my life, and I will not be uploading as consistently as I used to in my season 1 days and even my season 2 days. It might take a little bit longer than that, but regardless, I'm still going to be making stuff, and this, I can promise you, I'm not going to stop making stuff. Okay? I know this is the second long break that I've taken on this YouTube channel, and it was over 4 years, and I was, definitely thinking about coming back to YouTube every single day during that long period of break, and it was just always constantly on my mind. So I think it's safe to say that this time I'm definitely staying for sure. If you're still, a little bit iffy on that and you still don't quite believe me, let me tell you this. I've been making stories and writing stories ever since I was a little kid. I wrote my first book when I was 5 years old. It was about dinosaurs. I don't know what the fuck it was about. It was just about fucking dinosaurs. I was 5. Point is, I was writing stories. I wrote so many books and stories. That was my whole thing. I loved creating ever since day one. Always loved creating stuff. When I'm not creating stuff, I'm just constantly thinking about it. I honestly am. And, I feel like that is kind of what my purpose is. You know, I feel like my purpose is creating things for you guys and just making stuff, whatever that may be, you know, whether it be movies or videos or whatever. I love making stuff, you know, and I love hearing your guys' feedback, and I love just, you know, the feeling of creating something and having somebody else consume whatever it is that I created. Like, it's just something that I love doing, and I don't think I'm going to stop. I really don't. I don't think I'm going to stop at all. And, you know, there may be times where I might take a little break here and there, you know, maybe I need some space and time for myself, but for the most part, you know, I'm going to keep them coming. I'm not going to stop, you know. I'm going to keep this thing going. No more long breaks, no more big fucking comeback videos. I'm done with all that shit. That shit's in the past. This is the now, and this is what I'm going to be doing. And I can assure you that I am here to stay, and I am here to make stuff for you guys. It is my lifelong dream to create things, and you know, hopefully making YouTube videos is just a way for me to do that. And that's kind of why I wanted to get back to making YouTube videos. So yeah, I'm here. So yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered pretty much everything that I needed to talk about. Hopefully, you know, you guys are all caught up to speed on what I've been up to and the history and backstory behind this channel, what it was in the past, what I'm going to change, what I'm not going to change, and what I have in store for you guys in the future. So hopefully I covered all the beats. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have to talk about. I don't think there's anything else. So yeah. Sorry I fucked up about that clock shot. Again, that was my bad. I'm going to be uploading the full version with the insert shot of the clock in a couple days. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, stay tuned for more videos and content coming in the future. I cannot wait to show you guys what I have steaming up in my pot of fucking devious plans for you guys. Things are gonna get weird. Things are definitely gonna get fucking weird up in here, and I hope you guys are ready and are along for the ride. So let's have fun. Let's do this shit. Let's fucking do it. All right, season 3. They always say season 3, season 4, around that time, always the peak of, you know, a TV show is always season 3, season 4, you know. Look at any show. That's always usually the peak of where, you know, where all the good stuff happens. So let's hope that stays true and is also relevant to this channel, cuz all right, I'm going to just fucking turn off the video and stop talking.